You're watching an actual medical motion picture X-ray. It will help demonstrate an important new feature of the 1961 Fords. Here's how a handshake looks. Each of us has about 100 joints, and each one is designed to move smoothly and with complete flexibility for a lifetime of use. Of course, movement creates friction, but nature takes care of that by providing sealed-in lifetime lubrication at every friction point in our skeleton, although, of course, we can't see it. What does all this have to do with the 1961 Ford? Well, let's take a look at its skeleton. You see, for years, automobile engineers have been working on the problem of friction. Up to now, suspension ball joints and other chassis parts had to be lubricated every few thousand miles to keep them operating smoothly. This frequent lubrication has been an expensive annoyance for car owners. But for the owner of a 1961 Ford, short-term chassis lubrication will be a thing of the past. By borrowing a page from nature's book, Ford engineers have developed a mechanical joint lubricated by a special new grease. A remarkable new polyurethane seal holds this grease in and keeps dirt and water out. As a result, in the 1961 Ford, you'll get 30,000 miles of dependable chassis lubrication. For 30,000 miles, the 1961 Ford will keep itself freshly greased with its own supply of sealed-in lubricant. For those of you who trade in your car every 2 years, this means your new Ford will probably never need a chassis lubrication. This is the closest man has yet come to duplicating the miracle of nature's sealed-in lubrication. Another example of how the 1961 Ford is beautifully built to take care of itself.
Now, I know that none of you would deliberately put a match to a gallon of gasoline. But if your car is averaging only 15 miles to a gallon or less, you're needlessly burning up an extra gallon of gasoline every 30 miles. You see, in a Falcon, 1 gallon of gas will take you up to 30 miles. But chances are your present car is burning 2 gallons of gas to travel the same distance. Now, that means if you're a normal driver and travel 12,000 miles a year, you may burn an extra 400 gallons of gasoline. Just take a look. Is this how you want to spend your money during the next 12 months? When you could be getting up to 30 miles to a gallon in a Falcon. Now let me show you another important way you save when you buy a Falcon. Price. You compare price stickers and you'll see black and white proof that the Falcon is America's lowest priced 6-passenger car. Priced up to $505 less than other compact cars with comparable equipment. So, don't burn gas you don't have to. Don't pay hundreds of dollars more for a compact than you have to. In fact, don't do anything until you see your Ford dealer and get all the facts on the Falcon. The only compact car that gives you everything you want in a compact car.
This is a day to remember. For today, there is a new Thunderbird. That was the sound of it. This is the shape of it. This is how it can be for you in the Thunderbird for 1961. Unmistakably new. Unmistakably Thunderbird. Notice, it's not a hair wider nor a tenth of an inch longer than Thunderbirds you've known before. It is simply more Thunderbird than ever. There's a new Thunderbird convertible, too, with 4-passenger luxury for all the world to see. The Thunderbird touch is everywhere. In no other American car will you find this, an optional swing-away steering wheel that moves over to welcome you in, then pivots smoothly back to the normal driving position. Or this, a rear-view mirror permanently bonded to the windshield to give you a better view of the cars you leave behind. There's a new Thunderbird motion, too. You can feel the eager might of the new Thunderbird 390 Special V8 engine that wings you swiftly, silently up to highway speed. You bridle it through turns with a touch. It happens this way only in a Thunderbird. There can be a day like this for you, a Thunderbird day. Your first day with your own 1961 Thunderbird. Unmistakably new. Unmistakably Thunderbird.
And now, here's big news from Ford. Big news about station wagons, the 1961 Ford wagons. There's new styling, for all Ford wagons are beautifully proportioned to the classic Ford look. A luxurious example is this 6-passenger Country Squire, newest addition to America's most complete line of station wagons. There's new convenience. A power-operated rear window is now standard on Country Squires and the popular 9-passenger Country sedan, optional on other models. There's new loading ease. A wider tailgate opening measures over 4 feet across, and altogether there's over 10 feet of loading space. There's new comfort because Ford wagons are built for people. Notice all 9 passengers face forward naturally. And like all 61 Fords, every new Ford wagon is beautifully built to take care of itself. See them at your Ford dealer showroom.
Now, the expense and annoyance of frequent chassis lubrication is gone forever. Now, the 1,000-mile oil change is obsolete. Now, the need for periodic brake adjustments has been eliminated. Now, when you normally expect to replace your muffler, forget about it and save your money. Now, the trouble and cost of car waxing has been done away with for good. Now, there's a car that virtually eliminates the need for time-wasting, expensive servicing. The 1961 Ford, beautifully built to take care of itself.
And here's how the 61 Ford takes care of itself. First, it lubricates itself. You'll normally go 30,000 miles without a chassis lubrication because Ford now uses a special new lubricant and new nylon bearings. It cleans its own oil. Ford's full flow oil filter lets you go 4,000 miles between oil changes. It automatically adjusts its own brakes mechanically for the life of the lining. It guards its own muffler. A Ford muffler is double wrapped and aluminized and normally lasts 3 times as long as ordinary mufflers. And it takes care of its own finish. Ford's diamond luster finish never needs waxing. I'll tell you, the 61 Ford does everything but drive itself. All you have to do is enjoy it. See it at your Ford dealer showroom tomorrow. The trend-setting car of our times, the 61 Ford, beautifully built to take care of itself.
Know what's in this box? An automobile bumper. How can it fit? Well, because it's in 3 pieces. Bumpers are easier and cheaper to ship this way. That's why you see 3-piece bumpers on many 1961 cars, even though bumpers are stronger when they're made in 1 piece, like bumpers on this 1961 Ford. That's just one example of the many quality extras you'll find when you compare the 61 Ford with the other low-priced cars. Now, let me show you some things that you ought to check. Open the trunk, then run your hand over the inside. Is there a lining like this to protect your luggage, or just a plastic coating? Is the floor flat, or does it have a bathtub-like hole that makes it difficult to pack? Now, how about center fill fueling that keeps gas from spilling out on the rear fender? Some cars, you know, still have old-fashioned side fueling. And say another thing, be sure to check the rear windows and see if they go all the way down. They don't on some cars. Then, open the door and rap on the inside of the roof. Do you feel thick insulation or bare metal? Well, those are just a few of the ways that you can check a car for quality. Visit your Ford dealer and let him show you all of the quality extras in the car that's beautifully built to take care of itself. And now, welcome to our Museum of Obsolete Things. Let's take a look inside. Some of these things sure make you wonder why they call them the good old days, like this knuckle buster. This is an automobile crank. Now, time was when you couldn't start a car without one, until engineers figured out a better way to build cars. And this year, thanks to Ford engineers, there are some other items that are fast becoming obsolete, for 61 Ford owners, that is. This grease gun, for instance. Because the 61 Ford lubricates itself, it'll normally go 30,000 miles without a chassis lubrication. Then all it takes is about $4 and 18 minutes for your Ford dealer to lubricate your Ford for another 30,000 miles. And here's a picture out of the past. The special tool mechanics used to use to adjust brakes. But 61 Ford owners don't have to pay for brake adjustment anymore. The 1,000-mile oil change is also a thing of the past, because the 61 Ford goes 4,000 miles between oil changes. And the old can of wax belongs in the museum, too. The 61 Ford never needs waxing. Ford is the only manufacturer to offer a low-priced car that makes frequent and expensive servicing obsolete. The 1961 Ford, beautifully built to take care of itself.